melodic ideas in the key of D major, and how to remember them. Let's break that down. Okay, a close look at the fretboard, getting started learning some smooth melodic lines. We're working in the key of D major, but as you'll see in just a little bit, these licks are very transposable. Okay, so getting started breaking down this first lick, looks and sounds like this once again. Alright, that's a lick that I always had in my back pocket. I'm never going to forget it. And the crucial elements to getting a lick to that place. First, of course, you want to play it over and over again, slow and steady, careful, meticulous practice, and listening to it over and over again, get it into your ear. But just as crucially, you want to tie it to a location marker on the fretboard. So one of the first things I do whenever I'm writing a solo or learning licks is I figure out what positions of the chord I'm playing over are adjacent or overlapping with the lick that I'm learning. So if I'm playing in the key of D, I might find it very useful to find all the positions of that D major triad. I'm very big on the cage system, so I'll find it in the D position, the C position, the A position, that's going to be important for this lick, the G position, that's going to be important as well. I have it in the E position, and of course another position of D major in the D shape. Okay, so that lick, alright, if I'm trying to memorize that lick, I'll take note that it kind of overlaps with a piece of this D major chord, this major triad, in its A-shape position, right? In addition to that, it also overlaps with the same chord in the G-shape position. Now, the other thing that is very crucial is I want to know what is the source scale. So that way, like, I'm able to not only be able to play this lick with confidence, but also be able to transpose it more easily. One of the worst things that can happen to you mid-solo is that you get lost somewhere on the fretboard. So establishing where these chord shapes lay and the overlapping scales lie is going to be very, very helpful for you. Okay, so for this particular lick, we're going to be using the D major scale in what is known as common or G-shape position. Okay, so that's 10, 7, 9, 10, 7, 9, 6, 7, 9, 7, 8, 10, 7, 9, 10. Okay, now that we have the chord shapes established, the scale established, we're ready to really get this lick down. From there, it's just a lot of repetition, and you're always going to have it in your back pocket. Okay, so once more, we're going to listen to it, get it into your ear, then I'll break it down for you part by part. One more time. Okay, so we're getting started, grabbing a piece of that D major triad, strumming down from the A string, so that way we can hear a little bit of an arpeggio in it, breaking the strings apart. From there we can walk up the scale, scale down, then hammer pull, 7, 8, 7. So far you have. Alright, notice how I got onto my fingertip there. Alright, then the G string 9, back to 7, and then back to 9. So far you have. Alright, then we're going down the scale again, a whole step down, and then a half step, and then back up. Put that into the mix and we've got. Alright, from there we can reach for the 9th fret of the high E string, and then a hammer up, 7 up to 9, and then back to 7 with some heavy vibrato. Okay, you put that full lick together and we have. And real slow. Okay, now taking a look at the next lick, it's gonna look and sound like this. And that's a little phrase that I lifted off of Django Reinhardt, one of the greatest jazz guitar players of all time. Here, I'm picturing the D major chord played as an E shape, and the overlapping scale. And of course, I'm gonna have tabs for all these licks, the chord shapes, and also the overlapping scale patterns at my Patreon page, patreon.com/swiftlessons. Okay, so the lick one more time, get it into your ear. Okay, so starting off, I can see that I'm starting this lick off on the major third of the chord. And that's another really useful trick for memorizing licks, establishing what intervals you're using, which is going to come in handy when you're transposing for sure. Okay, so I'm starting on the major third of the chord, going up to the 4th interval, and then to the 5th interval. So frets 11, 12, 10, then I'm going to reach my pinky to the 14th fret of the high E string, and then go all the way down to the 9th fret high E. So already this is a really interesting lick. These wide intervals are what really grabs my ear here, grabs my attention. All right, then we're back to 12 on the high E, and then we're going to 10 on the same string. All right, from there back to the major third, and then to the 10th fret of the B string. All right, then 14 on the B, back to 10, and then to the 12th fret of the B string where we can vibrato, and if you like, you can throw in a kind of a ghost note, a real soft pull-off that's hardly even noticeable. Remember, when it comes to soloing, one of the things that's going to be so important to your feel and your flavor is those small, seemingly minute details. And a small little detail like a quick little pull-off that's very, very quiet just adds a lot of flavor to your playing. Okay, you put that lick together and we have... Okay, now onto our third and final lick. It's gonna look and sound like this. And real slow. Okay, here we're outlining a D major 7 chord. And it's in this position that I call the staircase position. All right, just because of the way this kind of hand configuration looks. All right, so this is a very pretty chord shape, D major 7. All right, but it's also a very powerful soloing device because anytime you're in this E-shaped position and you want to get super melodic with your playing, you can kind of outline that chord and come up with some melodic lines. Okay, so we're gonna start off kind of strumming through the chord, arpeggio, kind of like a sweep, and then go to the high E string, 12th fret, and then slur down. All right, from there, we're just going to go back down the arpeggio, and then kind of scale down the D major scale. All right, so far you have. All right, then we're down to 9th fret, back up, and then we can piece that chord back together, 12, 11, 10, 9. All right, and then just let it ring for dramatic effect. Okay, one more time, real slow. And at full speed. Okay, now let's put each of those licks together. I'm gonna go to drop D tuning. So that way I can create this drone effect. All right, it really adds a lot. It takes everything to the next level, makes it very ethereal. Okay, then lick number 2, we can hit the drone again. And lick number 3. Just like that. Okay, very well done today, everybody. You have 3 sophisticated lines added into your repertoire. You can play them in the key of D major, keeping your eyes on those positions of the D major chord triad and also those overlapping scales. And you have the discipline to play these licks nice and slow, over and over again, build the muscle memory, get it into your ear, so that way they'll always be in your back pocket. Now, you can play them in the key of D major. The next step is to use your knowledge of the cage system for easy transposition. So a great key to try these licks in would be the key of A, droning with the open A string. All right, if you wanted to play lick number 1, just find that A major chord in A-shaped position. Well, that's just going to be right here in the open position, right? All right, so from there, I can set up that first lick. Next, if I want to play that Django lick, I can just find the A chord played as an E shape, right? Find the major 3rd, then you're off and running. And then from there, we have lick number 3. We can easily find the major 7 chord in its staircase shape, but now we're in the key of A. Just remember, your pinky is the root note, so you can put this chord on any fret. Whatever notes you have with your pinky is the key of the chord. That's the root note. Okay, so in the key of A major, just like that. All right, everybody, get plenty of practice in. I'll be back in just a few days with another lick of the week. And until then, this is Rob coming at you from the Jersey Shore saying happy picking.